I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Last outing for Minnesota, the loss. Now, here's Ball. Out left to the wing. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Mobley. The 17-footer. A rebound by the Timberwolves. And now the Timberwolves on the break.
And Mathurin proving he can be unselfish, wanting to find his teammate.
Here's Ball. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there. And on paper, Greg, this might seem like a potential blowout. But anything can happen in this NBA.
Kevin, we see upsets happen all the time. It's what makes the sport great. You can't take any team or game for granted.
The shot by Adebayo, no good. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks, Kevin. Rick Carlisle and I did speak a few minutes ago. I asked Coach about facing off against Bam Adebayo, and he told me the dangerous thing about Bam is his versatility. He's able to play different roles for his team depending on the matchup. And that versatility makes it difficult to game plan against him. Guys?
Thank you, David. Here's Vassell. Following the basket by Bam Adebayo. The kick out to Ball. It's tipped. And they're able to recover. Second shot opportunity. And he drew the blocking foul. He'll go to the line for 2.
And to me, Evan Mobley seems like a fast learner. He adapted to the league play pretty seamlessly and is always looking for little ways to improve.
Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
Fades back. Vassell left side. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And here is Suggs. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Here we go, one-on-one. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Adebayo with the ball. Now guarded by Ball.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying to power through this rough stretch, but on occasion you'll have periods like this.
Vassell stayed with it, but they couldn't get it to fall. At the elbow, Suggs. And here's the fast break. Ball leading the way. And he finished it off with the layup.
Well, you look at Ball, and I really think he excels more in the open court than he does in the half court.
And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Back to Suggs. Stolen by Ball. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And Ball really confident even amongst the big fellas inside, which is why he's able to draw these fouls.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
One of the areas where he has excelled all season long. How about 87% from the line?
Yeah, guys, I mean, he's been a very steady hand for them when it comes to his free throw shooting.
Here's Suggs. The Timberwolves again can't hit. To the right side. Ball feeling it out a bit. Oh, that's blocked. And it's out of bounds. Let's see, they say last touch by Mathurin. Outside, Ball. Clock at 6. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Second personal foul.
Clark, the 2021 Rookie of the Year, LaMelo Ball, and the only thing holding him back now is his health.
It certainly is, and it's unfortunate because he's a talented, fun-to-watch player. He's already missed a bunch of games early in his career, but he is the total package as a point guard now. Great length at 6'7", and I still think he has MVP potential. It's a matter of, can he stay on the floor?
No hesitation from Adebayo there. Had to love seeing him taking this shot with confidence.
Count the basket. Ball's got 8 points.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Here's Suggs. The rebound by LaMelo Ball.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
No good for the 5th time from the floor this game. He's made 2 shots.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Bam Adebayo talked about how his mentality has evolved over his career. He said, shoot the ball. I feel like that's been my evolution. It sounds very simple. And I came into this league as a defender. I feel like the progression's been shoot the ball, worry about everything else later. Kevin?
He certainly, DA, is a two-way threat. And it's good for 2.
A smooth operator in that pick and roll. Mathurin understanding how to capitalize with that handle.
Here's Ball. Great D that time from Adebayo. Out to the right wing. Back to Mathurin. And the call will go against Benedict Mathurin. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. 11 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Outside, Ball. Up in time. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Timberwolves leading by 1.
The Timberwolves, 11.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look at the energy, the effort defensively. They put it all out there in that opening quarter.
Evan Mobley.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Ball with the bucket. Ball's got 10 points.
Really important for Ball to maintain his poise around the basket. That's what allows him to take a bump like that and still convert.
No one near Suggs as he lets it go. That 3 off the mark. Here's Ball. It's deflected.
Boy, Suggs doing a nice job defensively there. Reacted quickly and got the block.
Grant. And rebounded by McDaniels. Right side, Ball. That's tipped. Suggs with the steal. And Suggs throws it down.
Hey, the moment Suggs picks their pocket, he's gone. Then he spots his opening in transition and converts. Well done.
Pass the ball. Back to Vassell. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
Greg, you know this. Getting that second contract is a major goal for young players in the NBA, like Devin Vassell.
And Devin did, signing a huge 5-year extension in 23. He ended up having his finest year after inking that deal. Vassell has a very bright future.
Pass to Christie. Three-pointer. Evan Mobley with the rebound. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Vassell outside. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Vassell's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Takes it inside. And it's Suggs missing.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
You know, possessing outstanding height at his position, Ball excels at using that size and his body control to convert through contact.
One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
Ball with it. He's got 13. And no good. Some solid defense from Grant. Pass to Suggs. There's the pick. And Suggs throws it down.
Suggs handling his business so far in this one. Really putting the work in on the offensive end.
Vassell outside. From outside, off the mark. Timberwolves leading by 3. They get a hand on it. And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Here's Vassell. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game.
Now, not shy about bringing it inside. Vassell is comfortable around the hoop.
Back to Suggs. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. From downtown, the shot's good from Christie. Christie's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Jalen Suggs serving up an assist. Boy, he is a capable point guard.
They swipe it.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Now, here's Ball. 13 points in the game. He can't get that one to fall.
You know, his scoring efficiency has been low, and it's not helping them on the scoreboard.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
Deep 2 from Ball. It's stolen. Fast break, Minnesota. Here's Suggs. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
Vassell outside. They need this. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Keon Johnson.
You know, a bit undersized, but Vassell using it to his advantage to get around defenders.
And the Timberwolves making a change here.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter.
And that one goes out of bounds. They say last touch by Ball. We've got 13 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Suggs. No good with the wing jumper.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
Jalen Suggs has been leading the charge for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. Right back after this break. And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. Now Adebayo from past the arc. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14. And you know, Greg, we're seeing so many teams utilizing the dribble handoff.
And it really forces the defense into a bad spot. Can create situations where the offense has an advantage, and then it allows you to kind of seek out the matchup.
You know, we all know about the flair and sizzle to LaMelo Ball's game. The highlight reel plays, all of that is great, but I also like the fact that he's got great length at the point guard position, which presents a lot of problems at both ends.
Here's Suggs. No basket for the 7th time in 15 attempts this game. And Adebayo throws it down.
Don't take your eyes off Bam. When he comes off the floor, he gets up and the slams are just too good to miss.
And here is Ball. 15 points in the game. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. He takes it in, and they pick up 2. Christie's got the lead up to 13 now for the Timberwolves.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Mathurin. Quick shot there, and it's off target. Here's McDaniels. And Adebayo sends it back.
And got to be careful shooting around Adebayo. An athletic big man who gets up as fast as anybody to block shots.
Pass to Ware. And it's Vassell with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
And Minnesota has possession. This is the most they've led by 13 points. Ware, good.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Well, G.A. Adebayo came from very humble beginnings.
Yeah, raised by his mother. And Kevin, Bam's main motivation in life was to get her out of that trailer. He worked extremely hard, and now arguably a top 25 player.
You know, with LaMelo, you really have a one-man offense. I mean, there's not much he can't do on this end of the court.
Both good from the line that time.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Takes the 3. Evan Mobley with the rebound. Fast break. Here we go. And it's Vassell in the corner. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
I'm not sure whose fault that was, guys, but they need to get on the same page here.
Minnesota leading by 14. Out to the wing. Pass to Adebayo. Back to Suggs. And it's off from three-point range. Right side, Ball. Ball's knocked loose. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Bagley. Minutes gone now in the third quarter.
Well, an awful beginning to this half, guys, missing their first 4 attempts.
No good on the quick three. No one near Adebayo as he lets it go. And the three off target. And the call will go against Bennedict Mathurin. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the strike.
Vassell, no good. And Mathurin has got the ball here for Minnesota. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Well, Greg, they're looking to make some big stops here to halt this rally.
And luckily, time is on their side, but this is on them. They need to play smart here.
Boy, that's a nice effort from Ball in the paint that time, working hard to find a way to get that shot off.
And the call will be against LaMelo Ball. That is his first foul of the game.
Team foul. Now into the lineup for the Timberwolves. Number 45.
And slam dunk by Johnson.
An unselfish guy who enjoys setting his guys up. Bagley has impressive vision for a big fella.
Ball no good. Timberwolves leading by 14. Pass to Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality.
An absolutely tremendous athlete, able to go up and finish over the biggest of defenders.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, when you look at the draft, it seems talent evaluators have a type. LeBron James says our league is always hungry for potential. That's the whole focus of the lottery. It makes sense that those guys who are taken 16 to 30 are on real contending teams and making impacts. Of course, Kevin, everybody wants to draft the next LeBron. Good luck with that.
Or work with the next David Aldridge, a Hall of Famer. David, thank you. We've got 1:18 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Gordon. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Boy, he has put in some major work. He's earning his pay, for sure. Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. And tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
Vassell with it. He has 7. Outside, Ball. Lets it go from deep. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
To Minnesota.
Timberwolves leading by 16. And there's the call on Evan Mobley. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. Third team foul. Now into the lineup.
32 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's Johnson. Softly drops in the floater.
Keon Johnson.
Johnson's got his second bucket.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Ball. And Grant sends it back.
Superb focus from Grant that time defensively, keeping his eyes on the ball so he could anticipate that shot.
Assist goes to Bennedict Mathurin.
Just 4 seconds left in the third quarter. Ball with the bucket. Ball's got 8 here in the quarter. And so it's Minnesota holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. They've excelled in the open court.
The Timberwolves, 48.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And Grant sends it back. Outside Mathurin. No good from outside.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Back to Johnson. Stolen by McDaniels. And the basket by Gordon.
And although he's 6'9", Gordon runs and sprints like a much smaller man. He's got gazelle-like form and speed in transition.
And stolen by Vassell. Goes up. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a three-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Oladipo misses.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
Yeah, I love the way he's fighting through box outs, using his elbows. I mean, he's doing whatever it takes.
Pass to McDaniels. For three. The rebound by Johnson.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Good on the shot.
Mathurin.
Mathurin's got 5 points in the quarter.
A young guy who is ready to attack. Mathurin gets the ball and goes straight into his shot.
Gordon with it. Back to Ball. 5 on the clock. Looking to get back on track here. Got a hand on it. Oladipo with the ball. And it's Vassell picking him up. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And he's not the biggest guy, but Vassell can get up there when he needs to.
Now here's Johnson. Pass to Mathurin. For the three. That's good, and Johnson with the assist. Mathurin's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Timberwolves. And Keon Johnson picks up the foul. That's his fourth foul of the contest.
Now into the lineup for the Timberwolves.
Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far.
Max Christie.
Back to Vassell. Now here's Ball. Christie with the rebound.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
From the arc. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And certainly, they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. As a matter of fact, I hate to see teams get conservative with the lead. As long as they're good shots, take them. And as long as they're falling, continue to take them.
Timberwolves passing it around. Pass to Mathurin. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Suggs missing. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Vassell outside. Back to Ball. Now Vassell. McDaniels gets a wide open look. It's good from long range. McDaniels got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Suggs. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Suggs clearly on a mission right there. He went to the line looking for payback.
And the call will go against Benedict Mathurin.
Second team foul.
And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And it's out of bounds.
Ball is turned over.
They say last touch by Suggs.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Timberwolves.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
A 2-game season series, they win them both and complete the sweep.
That's a nice feeling to get the sweep, even though it is a small number. Still nice to get that sweep.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Jalen Suggs.
Well, his defense was tremendous tonight. Really, really high level. He was a pest, forced the opponents into a lot of turnovers.
Another steal. Beyond the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Yeah, you know, once they got victory in their view, a huge injection of energy and a great run to finish it off.
Vassell with it. Now defended by Grant. Just 5 on the clock. To halt the run. And Ball puts it in.
And he's been their top scorer today, but it hasn't come easy. He has not shot the ball well. He'll have to be more efficient here if they're going to win.
Pass to Christie. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. This one was over well before the final buzzer.